In the summer of 1858, the Thames carried the waste of 2.5 million people, and Parliament could no longer pretend it wasn't there. Members fled the chamber with handkerchiefs soaked in chloride of lime pressed to their faces. The curtains were doused in disinfectant. It didn't help. But here's what that catastrophic summer actually produced. Within 6 years, an engineer named Joseph Bazalgette had built 1,300 miles of underground sewers beneath London. He moved 3.5 million cubic yards of earth. He saved hundreds of thousands of lives. And he did it because Parliament's nose forced their hand. This is how a city nearly choked to death and accidentally invented modern urban sanitation. London in the 1840s was growing faster than anyone could manage. People poured in from the countryside. The population had doubled in 40 years, and the sewage system had not changed since the Middle Ages. Waste went into cesspits beneath houses. Over 200,000 of them sat under the city. They overflowed. They leaked into wells. Those wells supplied drinking water. Then came the great cholera epidemics, 1832, 1848, 1854. Each one killed thousands. Nobody yet understood why. The dominant theory was miasma. Bad air caused disease. If something smelled rotten, it made you sick. This was wrong, but it was the belief of the age. And ironically, that wrong belief would accidentally save the city. In 1848, the authorities made a catastrophic decision. They ordered all cesspits drained directly into the Thames, the river that supplied London's drinking water. Think about what that means. They were trying to reduce disease. They made it worse. Cholera cases exploded. In 1854 alone, 616 people died within 250 yards of one pump on Broad Street in Soho. A physician named John Snow mapped every death. He traced them all back to that single water source. He removed the pump handle. The deaths stopped. Snow had just proved that cholera traveled through water, not air. The medical establishment ignored him. For 4 more years, London kept drinking from the Thames. But here's where it gets stranger. The summer of 1858 was unusually hot. The Thames had been absorbing sewage for a decade. That heat turned the river into something almost alive with rot. The stench was not merely unpleasant, it was physically overwhelming. Witnesses said it stopped you mid-step. The Times called it the Great Stink. The name stuck. Parliament sat directly on the riverbank at Westminster. The new building had opened just years earlier. Its grand windows faced the water. Members of Parliament had spent years debating whether to fund a new sewer system. Years of committees, years of reports, years of delay. Then June 1858 arrived, and the Thames answered their delay for them. Parliament passed an emergency funding bill in 18 days. 18 days after years of inaction. The bill authorized the Metropolitan Board of Works to build a complete underground sewer network for the city. The man already waiting with the plans was Joseph Bazalgette. Bazalgette had been designing this system since 1856. Nobody had listened. Now they gave him everything he asked for. His design was extraordinary. Instead of letting waste drain into the Thames near the city center, he built intercepting sewers running east to west. They caught the flow before it reached the river. They carried it miles downstream, away from where people drank. He used 318 million bricks. He built 82 miles of main intercepting sewers. He raised the entire riverbank to do it. The Victoria Embankment, a landmark Londoners still walk today, is essentially the roof of Bazalgette's sewer. And he built in redundancy. Every pipe he designed, he doubled the capacity. When asked why, he said simply, "I only get one chance at this." The system opened in 1865. By 1866, the last major cholera outbreak hit London. It killed over 4,000 people, but only in one district, the East End. The one area not yet connected to Bazalgette's new sewers, every other district was clean. The proof was undeniable now. Water carried the disease, clean infrastructure saved lives. Bazalgette's system still functions today. Parts of it are still in active use beneath London streets. A system built in the 1860s, still working. He was knighted in 1875. His portrait hangs on the embankment he built. The inscription reads, "He conducted the sewage of the metropolis far away from the thronging millions, not a glamorous legacy, but an honest one." The Great Stink saved London because Parliament finally had to smell what the poor had been living beside for decades. One summer of heat, rot, and political embarrassment built an infrastructure that outlasted everyone who built it. Which raises one more question. What other catastrophe in history quietly saved more lives than the disaster it caused? That story may already be waiting here on this channel. Unprinted History releases forgotten stories every Tuesday and Saturday, and subscribing is the only way to make sure the next one reaches you.